What's going on, everybody? Plot Reacts in the house, and today we are going to continue episode 2 of Avatar: The Last Airbender. Now, this show is amazing, one of the greatest shows of my childhood, and I'm so happy to be able to pick it up and watch it again. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and let's go ahead and get into it. Oh, that's right. Last time we left off, Avatar Aang and Katara had booby-trapped, or had triggered the booby trap in the booby-trapped ship. So now there's about to be hell to pay. Let's find out. Yeah, it's not very yay, I'll be honest. Look at all the adults and look at all the kids. The kids are all like, hooray! And the adults are like,
the foreigner is banished from our village.
I'm not gonna lie, like, they're justified to be mad, but Sokka, throughout the first 2 episodes, has been the craziest hater of the Avatar I've ever seen in my life.
Then I'm banished too.
You just met the guy. This just makes no... I know you... what? I'm so confused. I understand that you're looking for someone to teach you waterbending and stuff, but what? This makes no sense. You don't know the guy. All you know is he likes penguin sledding, and that he's an airbender. I completely understand the fact that you want a waterbending master and you want to master the arts. But the guy just basically signaled a fire navy, even if it was an accident. You don't know this guy whatsoever, and you're leaving everyone you've known your entire life for this man here. And yes, he's 112, so it is a man.
Guess I'll go back home and look for the airbenders.
Epic foreshadowing.
I haven't cleaned my room in 100 years.
Yeah, that'll be a lot for you to clean there, I can promise you that.
Let's see your bison fly now, air boy.
Is that airbender racism? Airboy? Does that count? I'll be honest. I assumed that the first bits of racism we'd get is when we first met the firebenders and that type of stuff. But damn, Sokka, I didn't know you had that in you. That's crazy. The Fire Nation has arrived. I'm not gonna lie. This is a clean fit. This is a clean fit for war. He is prepared. Absolutely prepared. Although I think the best way to probably approach the firebenders probably would have been to ambush them, considering you don't have that much combat experience and they're all probably going to be firebenders. But, hey, this works too. Damn, they're both gearing up. Okay, they're both gearing up for war. This song, by the way, is all the music and stuff in this show is just amazing. I don't know how they did it, but it all fits the vibe, the aesthetic, and I can rock my head to it, so it's nice. But yeah, Zuko's strapped and prepared for war, and so is Sokka. This is going to be interesting. And there goes the tower. Okay. Yep, this is not looking good already. Everybody's running. Sokka, what are you going to do? God damn. You could just hope this is like a Titanic situation where the boat somehow sinks. But I don't think that's going to be the case. You know what? That is real. Sokka refused to move. Much respect to Sokka. He does not yet, as of right now in the series, does not have the combat ability to be fighting firebenders like that. But he still refused to move. That is a testament to his courage and bravery. He was willing to step up when everyone else was running. So much respect to Sokka for that. And he's probably going to get jumped, let's be honest. Whoop his ass, Sokka! Oh. He did not last a second, bro. That is insane. And the guy didn't even have to use his hands.
Master of all elements?
Officially Zuko's first crime. Invaded the Southern Water Tribe and kicked the shit out of Sokka, and then he grabbed Sokka's grandmother. Now, I don't know what count of what that is, or what he would be on the hook for if he was ever brought before, like, a court. But still, that is his first crime. Well noted.
Show no fear.
Whoop his ass! Whoop his ass, Sokka! Do it! Bro got bonked in the head. Oh my god, that is... I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed, I'm not gonna lie. A part of me wanted Zuko to whoop his ass. It's been a while since I've seen this show, so I forget the specifics of what happened here, but a part of me wanted him to whoop his ass. Oh! Oh, yes! He actually did it! He actually did something! That's all it took. That's all it took. See, the element of surprise was all you needed here.
Hi, Aang. Thanks for coming.
Maybe you should apologize a little bit, Sokka. It would be nice if you could apologize. Thanks for coming. At least in his own way, he's acknowledging that Aang is going to be useful and helpful in this situation. So I appreciate that at least.
You're the Avatar?
Aang?
No way.
I mean, it was like a 50-50 chance. It's the only airbender you've ever seen, but now it's officially out there. You know what I mean? Now everyone knows that he's the airbender, and he can't run from it anymore. That's another part of Aang's character, if I'm remembering correctly, is he didn't really want to be the Avatar. So now it's like he doesn't really have a choice anymore because everyone knows he is the Avatar.
If I go with you, will you promise to leave everyone alone?
Honorable exchange here. I'm not gonna lie. Zuko keeps his promise, and no one else gets hurt. That being said, I'm pretty sure Aang could have just murked them all without anyone else getting hurt. Let's be honest here. He was a master of airbending at this point, so I think he was strong enough to take them all out. But that being said, it just goes to show how, I guess, peaceful and nice Aang is that he just didn't even want to risk anyone else getting hurt. So that's pretty cool.
We're going to save your boyfriend.
He's not my...
Whatever.
And we refer to this as foreshadowing.
And you, my brave warrior, be nice to your sister.
Yeah.
She gave her hope, and he has to be nice. There's literally no like be hard, train, do this stuff, help the Avatar on his way, just be nice to your sister. Gran here. A lot of grandmothers would be like, no, don't go, stay. She understood what this meant to the world, and she was willing to have her grandchildren help, which, I'm not gonna lie, it helps Aang a lot along his journey. So that's really cool.
I suppose you wouldn't know of fathers being raised by monks.
Okay, for a second, I thought that was a haha, your dad's dead type joke. But essentially, what the Fire Lord is normal fathers that want to leave will be like, I'm going for milk, son. He sent Zuko for milk and just locked the door so Zuko couldn't get back inside. That's even worse.
I bet I can take you both with my hands tied behind my back.
Yeah, they are not prepared for the shenanigans of an airbender, bro. Like, the places they can bend air out of is just insane. If his hands are tied behind his back, I would not be surprised if he could just, like, fart out a crazy amount of air and just knock out both of them. And even from his mouth or his nose, I wouldn't be surprised. Which I remember what happens here, so I know what's happening. That's all it took. He's flying! Finally!
He's flying! He's flying! Katara, he's...
She's just like, I told your ass. You should have listened. Okay, that is badass. And some people would look at badassery as like, oh, he beat up this many people and he did this, he did that. This man is so precise with his aim and his control of airbending that he can go do a flip in the air, and in the middle of doing the flip, take the knot that's tied behind his back and use the guy's helmet to undo it. That is crazy. That is an insane level of mastery. Gotta love Uncle Iroh. Whoop his ass. Whoop his ass, Aang. Why are you scared? You know damn well you can take him. I know Aang is serious when he's fighting him and he's trying to run for his life and make sure it doesn't hurt anyone at the same time. But it seems like the way he's fighting is just trolling him. The way he's just like running around him with the little, what do you call it, a banner? A Fire Nation banner and stuff like that. That's hilarious. Yes. The greatest move in all of airbending history. The most ultimate airbending move. Fly the sweaty mattress to the left and then fly it to the ceiling. Instant finisher. Fatality. What is Zuko's vertical? How much did he jump? Aang, I'm assuming, is using airbending to jump, right? So he can jump higher and higher distances. Zuko is he's just yeeting himself off the side of the bridge. That is insane. No, Aang, no! He's back in the water. Pretty sure this is gonna trigger some PTSD for him. Yep. The Avatar state. This is my favorite. I've seen the reactions of Zuko when Aang goes into various Avatar states, and it's always like he knows he's screwed, you know what I mean? There's the one where he is in the temple and he turns into Roku and Zuko just books it. Zuko always knows he's screwed whenever he sees the Avatar state.
Thanks for coming.
Well, I couldn't...
You got him back with a thanks for coming. They got him back with a thanks for coming, and he got his lick back with a bonk. Not gonna lie, this is a pretty good, we still got a couple minutes, but still a pretty good ending so far. She has potential. She has very good potential to be a waterbender. Like, freezing that much water when you have essentially no clue what you're doing, that's pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. She's gonna be a very good, essential, I guess, helper, and very, I guess, valued member of the tribe. Or not the tribe, but the gang, if you will. And that's what you get. That is 100% what you get.
Lord, the Fire Nation's greatest threat is just a little kid.
That kid, Uncle, just did this.
That little boy is older than Uncle Iroh. Let's think about that as well. Yeah, the Fire Nation has a problem. They have a very big problem on their hands because Avatar Aang is a freaking menace to society. Just wait till we get to deeper and wait till we get to more episodes because it's going to get more and more of a menace. He's going to talk to more people. He's going to give people hope back, and hope honestly can take people a long way. If they see the Avatar, if they have hope, they can do a lot with that.
Why didn't you tell us you were the Avatar?
Because I never wanted to be.
He never wanted to be the Avatar. We talked about this earlier, but I guess fame and fortune, I guess that's what everyone thinks, right? But the burden of being the Avatar is probably a lot. It's probably a very stressful job. You have to literally maintain balance in the whole world. And Aang is starting on a negative hill here, basically, because there's no balance to begin with where he just started, right? So he literally has to fix so many issues and problems. It's insane.
I'm sure you'll get to knock some firebender heads on the way.
I'd like that. I'd really like that.
You know what? I think I like most characters' arcs in this show, pretty much everybody's, but Sokka's arc is just unique. You know what I mean? He starts out as this kid that he wants to be, I guess, a warrior. He wants to follow in his father's footsteps. And we see in this episode, he's just not very good at it, right? But as he encounters more enemies, as he encounters more bad guys, as he finds his master to teach him sword fighting and stuff like that, he just gets better and better at it. And then we find out in the invasion episode that he can actually lead. This arc and his transformation and all the things he goes through along the way, I really do like this arc as him. It's like in this show, every character has a legitimate arc. You know, there's certain shows, like I feel like Dragon Ball Z, where some characters are just sidelined and they don't get a chance. Although Dragon Ball Z is probably my favorite anime of all time. But that doesn't mean it's not above criticism, right? There are characters in that show, like the humans, Krillin, Tien, eventually Piccolo, but they just get relegated to the sideline for the most part, right? And it would be nice to have them get their own arcs and stuff, and it would really help with a lot of character development and understanding. And this show does a great job of that, I feel like, with pretty much every character.
Here, here, and here.
What's there?
Here, we'll ride the hopping llamas. Then way over here, we'll surf on the backs of giant koi fish. Then back over here, we'll ride the hog monkeys. They don't like people riding them, but that's what makes it fun.
You goof, Aang, you goof. What an adorable, lovable goofball. I'm not gonna lie. This episode had a really good mix of combat, storytelling, and comedy. There was a lot of comedy in this episode, and I like that. Sokka got his bonks back and all that good stuff. That being said, this is just the beginning of a beautiful friendship between these three and a beautiful start to an amazing series. So let me know in the comments what you thought of this episode. Let me know what your favorite avatar is, actually, because I will go over that with my own opinion soon enough when we get to that part. But anyway, this is Plot Armor Games signing out. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and stick around for the next episode of my reaction to Avatar: The Last Airbender.